Let us continue, and I think that the null pointer is coming from here, the tax ID, because we haven't set that particular tax ID. And if you go to the home fragment over here, we are passing that one over here. We are passing the ID, but we are not passing. So we are not passing the tax ID. So what we will do is we will go to this fragment, home fragment direction, and we have to navigate to the tax detail, right? So if we go to this, let me go to the navigation, and let me go to open the navigation base over here. And in the navigation base, we are going to, for the from home, we are going to this particular edit fragment, right? So in the edit fragment, we are passing some of the argument over here. Okay, so this edit profile, not the edit tax. So edit fragment is over here. Okay, so we are here. So we are passing to this particular ID, and let me add one more. So that should be of the tax ID we are passing, and this should be of, let's say we pass it as a string, and let's add that one, and that should be of the tax ID, right? Let me close this one, and over here I need to pass one more, which is of the data dot the tax ID and dot to string. Let me pass that one. What it says over here, too many arguments that we are passing. So why we are passing too many arguments? Okay, I need to rebuild the project. So let me rebuild the project first. Okay, so that's done. We are passing the tax ID over here. And if we go to the tax over here in the tax view detail over here, we also need to add that particular. So if we go over here, we need this tax ID. Just copy this one, and we will set over here particularly. And we need now to go to the view. So if we go to the tax and the detail and the tax detail, we need to set that one. So view model. So make sure you follow it correctly. View model dot tax ID, right? Tax ID dot value is equals to args, args dot the tax ID. We need to pass it, and that should set the particular value. And now from here we are passing the value to back to the edit tax. So we will go back to the navigation base again, and in the edit tax, from here we are passing, right? So from here we are passing. Okay, so this is the one that we are passing. So from here we are passing over here the argument that we need to pass. So let us try to get the argument, the tax ID. So we are just passing tax ID is already there. So we have the tax ID already. Okay, so let us switch with the ID, and I will just say as the ID, and this should be of the string, right? And let us add the ID over there, and let me close it, and let me rebuild the project. And now let us pass the view model, right? View model dot the tax ID that we have dot value dot to string. Okay, so we pass it, and now that should go to particularly to our, and let me go to the edit tax, and here edit tax fragment, and we have that one over here. We are getting over here. So what I will do is just copy this one, and I will pass that one as the tax ID, which is of the tax ID, and the view model ID is of the ID. You got it, right? So we have in the edit tax, from the tax detail we are passing the ID, which is of ID, and the tax ID from here, and it goes to the edit tax. And in edit tax, we are getting that value and setting it properly. And now when we click the add button over here, which is the edit tax, we are setting the value from this particular, so we don't have to change this one. Only thing is that we have to set the edit tax and the tax ID. Okay, so we will go to edit tax view model over here, and now particularly we have set that value over here. So the tax ID we have already set, and that is coming from the arts. Okay, and let us try to run our application. Let us open our app, and let us try to edit this particular tax. And instead of started, let me just put as completed, and let me try to send that one. Okay, so you can see that the task has been updated successfully. Just click on OK, and now you can see that it has been updated. Task was added and it was completed. And if you go to the logcal over here, let me change it to the debug, I think, right? Somewhere here, debug. I'm not sure. Okay, let me go to the edit tax view model. So let me go to the edit tax view model, and we have this log which is update success, which is on E. So we have set in E update success. So let me switch to this particular one and go to the logcal and just paste this one, and you can see that update success has been there. So one record has been updated, and that's why we are seeing the updated over here. And let me try to update it one more time, and I will just say over here we update it, and let me try to send it. Just send it again. Okay, great, successfully updated, and we have one update successful, which means that the code over here got executed over here. So update task was called, right, from here. So we send it update to our API, and after API was updated, then it was updated locally. That's great. And the next thing that we will do over here is the loading. So if we have any error that the loading is not set to false, so I'll just copy this one. We need to make it false after there was some error. So I'll just set it over here, set it as to false, and let us run it. And that's all. So that should fix all of the issue with our edit. And now we have implemented the local cache database as well as our API. So that's all, and I think we will do some more in the room database if we have some command, and we still have to implement one more, that is the delete, right? So we have to implement the delete function from our DAO. So we haven't implemented delete in our API too, so we will be doing that on our coming lecture. So till then, have a great day.